Next up, Ben Rowe sits down with the Gauntlet's features editor, Sarah Dorchak, who was in Victoria with other members of the U of C's student newspaper during a journalism conference hit by a norovirus outbreak.
So can you tell us a little bit about why you were in Victoria?
We went there for a journalism conference. It was being held by the CUP, the Canadian University Press.
What is the conference? What's the conference called? What's it all about?
Nash 74. It stands for the National Association of Student Journalists.
How many other students attended the conference?
I believe the total was 360.
Wow. So were all of you staying then at the same hotel? Was the conference providing accommodation for you?
Yes, it was all held at the Harbour Inn and Suites, and the conference provided accommodations, and that's where all of the seminars were being held. And we were also provided breakfast and dinner.
So when did you know that people were getting sick?
It was on the last night, luckily, so none of these seminars were really affected. It was about 7:30 p.m. when the first reports started happening. It was during the last keynote speaker. We first thought, people just couldn't hold their liquor because it was a party night since it was the last night, and journalists like to party. So we thought, people partying too hard. And actually, one of our people from the Gauntlet, she was one of the first to get sick.
So can you tell us a little bit about norovirus, what it is?
It's just a very bad stomach flu, and it just occurs within, I think they said, within 24 to 48 hours is like how long it will last. If you do contract it, you can be a carrier for up to 48 hours, I believe.
Can you tell me a little bit about your experience on that last night then?
I felt really tired, and so at around 11:30 to midnight, I went back to the room just to chill out, go to sleep because was feeling tired. And about 2 is when I woke up because a fellow roommate had come in sometime while I was asleep, and I heard her tossing and turning and moaning, and it was just kind of concerning. And so she woke me up, and she was feeling very ill. And as we were just kind of talking, maybe 5 minutes after waking up, I started feeling very ill, and then it was within a few minutes I threw up just without warning, and then she threw up, and it was like that for most of the night until maybe 3 or 4 in the morning.
Were you ever officially quarantined?
Nicole, one of our members, heard from the BC Health. It was just a very strong recommendation that we don't leave so we don't spread, but we were never officially quarantined.
You mentioned BC Health. Was there an official investigation?
Yeah, it was a few days after we got back from the conference, and we heard that one of the preparers of the food that we had been a carrier of norovirus, and it had transferred into the buffet.
So then the fault was the hotels or the conference? Who was preparing the food?
The hotel.
So then what happened to the hotel?
What I've heard is that because they were having a couple of conferences after we had left, they had to be basically shut down for, I don't know how many days, but basically only people were inside the hotel cleaning, only they were allowed inside, and had to clean top to bottom all of the rooms. Like 360 students in a hotel for a few days, sharing germs on doorknobs and everything. I think it was just a bad circumstance at a bad time. I don't think it's something to be super worried about. Just wash your hands.
So you'll be attending next year's conference then?
Hopefully.
Anything you're going to do differently this time?
Wash my hands a lot more, maybe, before I eat.
Well, once again, thank you for taking the time out to come and talk to us, Sarah. Thank you.